and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. I hope that everybody is doing well, and please, if you haven't subscribed yet and you get any value out of this, consider subscribing to me if you would, please, because I'm working my way up to being a mature channel. I started out as a baby channel. Now I'm a tween channel. I'm working towards a mature channel. And this store, this is the West Palm Beach store. And oh my gosh, it had some great items. And oh my gosh, it had one of the best dollar items I've seen. Oh, and it's coming up quick in the video, but stick around because some of the items that I found later on were just amazing. These items we've seen before, a little owl that you bake and that hexagonal set of cookie cutters. But look at this. Wow, look at this booklet. It's like one of those books that you can do your memories in or make it into a journal. It comes with all those different things. I would have opened it up and showed it to you, but it was all covered in plastic, but it was so pretty. $1. Oh my gosh. And then these stickers right here, baby boy again. For some reason, Florida gets a bunch of boy stuff, but they were so nice and they had some good thickness to them, like they're made out of chipboard or something. They're not just cardstock, and that was a really nice set. I hadn't seen that anywhere before. And this paper, oh, you can't see it. You really can't see it, but it is glitter all over and it is so beautiful. And if I remember correctly, you got 2 sheets of that for $1 in that little package. So, oh my gosh, such a good buy. Even if it was just 1 sheet, it was such a good buy. And they had so many of them. Oh my gosh. And then this one right here, wait, I'm going to get to it. It's right there. There we go. Look, wait. There it is. Look at all those different sentiments that you can put on a card. I mean, granted, they're all congratulations, but each one of them was a different way of writing it. And you could just cut those out separately and use them as sentiments on your card and have all your congratulations forever. These were stickers that were made for placing place markers or things like that on a table, and these were the same idea. The Thanksgiving ones, if you need Thanksgiving table markers for where people are going to sit, $1 for 24 of them. That's an amazing price, and it would be a really cute little design to have for Thanksgiving. It was that beautiful coppery fall color. But back to those stickers, you could use those as sentiments on your cards because you could just stamp in the center of it, and oh, we're almost there. Ooh, look at this. They had this huge pile of bins, this huge pile of stuff in these 3-layer bins. And I found in there, and I have been told that this is EK tools, not EK tools, that I've been mispronouncing it. So thank you very much for pointing it out to me. Look at it. Look at it. It makes little butterfly strips. Oh my gosh. $1. That thing was so heavy and it was such good quality. And yes, 4 of them ended up in my cart. 1 for me, 3 to give away. So watch out for the giveaway because eventually those will be given away on my channel. So such a cool thing. And thank you so very much to the person who corrected me that it's EK tools. That's the whole purpose of a guild, is to improve each other and to help each other grow and to be, supportive and to give kind suggestions as to how we can improve. And now that I know that it's EK tools, that's what I will say. I did not get a good picture of this. It's beautiful, but my camera was not up as high as I thought it was. But this is Basil paper for $1 a piece. And it was called Coffee Rust, and it was a beautiful color. Oh my gosh, it was gorgeous. And then they had these items, which is the fondant spreader and the flower maker. Come around here and look at all of the Thanksgiving place card pieces. Oh my gosh. I seriously doubt that they're going to sell that many, but it is West Palm Beach. So there is the possibility that they will actually sell that many. And while we're on that subject, could somebody please explain to me, long-term Floridian here. Oh, wait, I'm going to talk about these stickers first. Look at these beautiful little stickers. You get a whole bunch of them in there. They're all capital letters. They're really beautiful, and they're on plastic so that they will show through anything that you see. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Is there anybody who can explain to me why West Palm Beach is on the east coast of Florida? And in fact, it's as far east as you can go because West Palm Beach includes the east coast of Florida. Anybody? Anybody? I'm curious. Why is West Palm Beach on the east coast of Florida? Okay, back to the shop with me. So you can see that a lot of these dollar table items are things that we've seen. I did find another Jolie's Boutique. This is Proud Parents, but at least that has the opportunity of selling quite a few of them rather than hockey gear. Granted, we do have ice skating rinks and we do have a team that has won the Stanley Cup twice, but I don't see us selling a whole lot of hockey gear stickers from Jolie in Florida even if they are $1. And they had 2 boxes of them in that store. So again, back to my concern that this stuff is going to get binned, but you've heard it over and over again. I picked these up because they were selling them as the full pack. So you got 6 of them for $1. So that was a really good and a great pad of paper for junk journaling. But I do want to take a break. I am doing a giveaway, and this is the item that I am giving away. It's this entire craft kit from Michaels. It's for all sorts of cutting and other things that you can use it for. And it is being given away. In the description for this video, I have put a link to the video where you can watch what it takes to enter and some tips for how to fill out the entry form. And it also has the link to the entry form. So please finish watching this video and then go to that video and watch it, and click on the link to the entry form. At this point right now, I have 16 entrants, and so you've got a really good chance of winning. There's only going to be one winner this time, but you've got a really good chance of winning. Just watch the video, fill out the form, and make sure that you come back on Sunday to see whether or not you won. And back to this. Look at all the yarn. Oh my gosh, the amount of yarn in this store was insane. Look at all of these different yarns, and they had some beautiful ones. I've never seen this beautiful little mottled pink one before. $5 a skein for this Bernat blanket yarn. It was so soft and so pretty, and there was enough in there that you could probably get a nice throw out of it, or at least a good nice pillow. Beautiful, beautiful yarn. I don't know how much yarn it takes to make anything, so I may be way off on my estimate there, but it was beautiful. And then these Ogo yarns, were $5 as well. The Bernat yarns were $5. These Ogo yarns were $5, and really gorgeous colors, so soft, so pretty, and so many different ones. And then they had this really cool one. In other stores, these little loopy ones have been $2, but in this store they were $5. But the fact that they had multiple skeins of it so that you could finish a project with it is really interesting and really nice. And they had these yarns that were fluorescent. They had the one that you just saw that was gray and yellow, and they also have one that's orange and yellow. And just, I mean, I'm in a whole aisle of yarn, and I happened upon this because I was looking for the rest of the craft stuff, and just happened upon this aisle that was just yarn, 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 yarn galore, and such beautiful stuff and such soft yarns. And there's so many of them that if you're a yarn person, if you're a fiber arts person that does anything with yarn, even yarn painting, because you can sit there and paint with yarn where you do the picture and you draw it out and you paint it. Oh my gosh, so much yarn for you. Okay, this was a box that was a catch-all box that was just set in the aisle, and I really think that Ollie set this up, but I'm not sure. I dug through it, and I did find one really super cool item down in there. I found this. It's the only paper pad that was of this style that I found in the entire store. It was beautiful. I left it behind because I don't need it, but it was $1.99, and there was some beautifully gilted, silver gilted paper on there. I didn't need it because I already have some of those. So, you know, it was like, I'll leave it for somebody else because I have plenty. And beautiful little marker set. I still haven't bought that gel pen set, but I'm really not into the... I have enough gel pens. There's not much difference between them. And then this was interesting because they're selling these bottles of glitter glue for $1 a piece, and you can choose whichever color you want. And remember that because it's going to come up again. And they had this beautiful blue pouring paint. I think that's my favorite color of the pouring paints that I've seen. This is actually eyebrow brushes. But I thought that'd be kind of cool to use as paint brushes. I know that's not what they're made for, but it has the possibility to give you some different textures when you do painting if you were to use eyebrow brushes instead of paint brushes. So I might try that one day. I might pick up a set of makeup brushes and see what it does with painting. I don't know. I may not. I don't know. It depends on whether or not I find one that's inexpensive enough. I didn't get a chance to look through the individual wood pieces because this is the way it was stacked. And I was so afraid of knocking everything over if I tried to look at anything. So I didn't look at the individual pieces, but I did pick this up. This was $10 for a nativity painting set. And it even came with the paints. And then they also had a set for angels that was $5, which would not only be really cool to do for Christmas, but it would be a really neat craft to give away for Christmas. It was $1 for this little thing, which was cheaper than the Dollar Tree prices, but I only found the one. And this is the shelf above all of those oddly stacked wood pieces. And again, there's all the wood pieces. I did not dig through them, so I don't really know what was there. But for $2, they had this fresh cotton potpourri. Well, I thought that was interesting because I haven't seen that in any Ollie's either. So the rulers that my husband loves, so I pointed those out again. And then this is the journal and the Post-it note, the stationery aisle. And these are the items that they had on the stationery aisle. And usually there's more crafty stuff in the stationery aisle, but this one was pretty much all stationery. But remember what I said? Here you can get all 20 bottles. I think it's 5 colors and 4 of each color for $20, which is the same price, but you can either buy them individually or you can buy the whole set. I thought that was an interesting juxtaposition inside the store. They did have both styles of these Scott washi tapes, but honestly, the washi tapes that you find on the dollar table, if you're lucky enough to find them, I would rather go with those because you get so much more washi tape. And in my last live, I tested out one of those sets and oh, it was just beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Another EK Tools item, this is fussy cutting scissors, and they did not have a price tag on them, so I'm kind of thinking that they were $1 and they just weren't on the dollar table because they had a whole bunch of them. So you can go and even if they're $2, that's $2 for EK fussy cutting scissors because the rest of the scissors on that peg, they were all $2 each. And the rest of these pegboard things, we've really seen most of it over and over again. And so I just look at a few items that I thought were interesting. Honestly, please, if you would please subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. I have 634 subscribers right now. I'm shooting for 100 by Thanksgiving, and it would be just so thrilling to be able to get to that goal even before Thanksgiving, because that would be amazing. I thought about doing 1,000 by Halloween, but I didn't think that would be doable. So I wanted to set a goal that was doable. But if I made 1,000 by Halloween, oh my gosh, that would be so incredible. That was the only resin item that I saw in this store, was the coloring for the resin, which is what was in that little box that I just showed you. More stuff. This was also another little dig box that had a few things in it. I didn't see a whole lot of sewing stuff, but the fact that the yarn was nowhere near the craft stuff makes me think that maybe the sewing stuff was also nowhere near the craft stuff, because I did find a couple bits and pieces of sewing items here and there, but I didn't find a section that had a bunch of sewing stuff in it in this store. So maybe I didn't look in the right place for the sewing stuff, because I usually go to the aisle near the greeting cards, which is a very popular place for craft items, and then I go to the dollar table. I happen to be on the yarn aisle in this store, and these acrylic paints are so beautiful. They had the It's Here tape for $1, and so they had a whole box of them. I knew where it went, so I put it back, because, you know, I do try to leave the store at least as I found it, if not better. And I left this one a little better because I did put a couple things back where they belong. The obligatory red cricket foil, that's all they had was red. And the bottom box was empty. So some people have been buying this, which is good. I love that. And there it is, the questionable chalk box. Every time. And this box was up high, but it had a really cool item in it, these beautiful watercolors, and it's such a gorgeous rainbow of colors in there, and just absolutely beautiful. I don't know the quality of them, but they were gorgeous. This was $5, and it was that stitch paint set that I've now seen in almost every store since the first time I saw it and didn't highlight it. And this right here was, I believe, $5, which I've seen them for $2 in other stores. But you could make any song you wanted because the notes are not attached to the clef lines. And I thought that was really cool. You could make any song you wanted as long as it had the right notes to it. This one pad of paper, but it was pretty... Oh, I'm sorry. That one pad of paper, but it was pretty ripped up, so I think that it had been there for a while and it had been marauded a couple times. They did have the blue Smart Cricut, but it was hiding in the back. In the front, it was the great big boxes of the green Smart Cricut vinyl. And they also have the HD coloring kit by Crayola, which is just beautiful. And they do have this wonderful paint by numbers for cityscapes. I loved it. This Crayola HD coloring kit is also amazing. It comes with these shaded papers, and they get, I believe, 20 of them, and then all the paint, all the pencils that you need, and that would be a beautiful present for a birthday or holiday or whatever. just gorgeous stuff. And we're now in the kit aisle, obviously, and the kit aisle is very close to the stationery aisle and the greeting cards. Beautiful set of pens. I didn't buy this one because I already have it. Sorry. I believe that they were $3 in this store. If you want to pause it, I've got that on the video. But look at this, another color of the Cricut Joy glitter for $2. It's 5 inches by 19 inches. And look, they had pumpkins for that red wire that I found in the Cartersville store. You could make a glowing pumpkin. Oh, that's so cute. That was the only one of those that I saw in this store. So I don't know if they just sold out of them or they've only got a few of them. Unlike that other store that had like so many different shapes and sizes of those glow rings. And this, oh my gosh, it's a paint your own scarf. So cool, so beautiful, so amazing. You could sit there and just paint your own scarf. And then they still had the embroidery journal. The paint your own scarf, I believe, was $8. And so was this embroidery journal set. And I think this embroidery your year set is just a beautiful idea. I keep saying I wish I were a Fibercraft person, but my embroidery looks like it was done like by a 3-year-old because I just haven't practiced at it. It's not that I wouldn't be good at it if I practiced at it, but I haven't practiced at it and it's not something that interests me. They did have the poster paints for $1.29, so this was a good store to pick those up from. And they had these beautiful paintbrushes. And right next to those paintbrushes, they had these Vicky Bouton. And these had no price on them. I have no idea how much these were. But these are gorgeous name brand watercolors. And they're little cakes of it and just absolutely beautiful. They come with one paintbrush, but they've got that paintbrush set right next to them. But be careful because some of them have come undone. You can see how the discs have undone. But that would be interesting to sit there and use those discs like chalk and put them on watercolor paper and then spray down the watercolor paper with water and see what happened after the watercolor spread from the water being put on it and being activated. I think that would be really cool. I didn't pick any up for that, but I do think that would be really cool. And obviously we're at the end of this one. That was the walkthrough of the West Palm Beach store. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much for being a part of the guild. And I hope that you have an excellent rest of whatever time of day it is that you're watching this. Cheers and happy crafting.